seems like there's going to be a new character here. First, I was confused. As like Claudia. I was like, what? But then that's them introducing somebody that's apparently going to make a big impact on him. In what way, though? In what way? Like a friend? Because I don't think it's a love interest. I mean, it could be. Who knows? But yeah, that's my wonder now. But this dad is not going to like that. If you have any type of interest, it should be vampire related and not human. Maybe she's a hidden vampire. No, there's no way. There's no way. Stop. Not with the conspiracy theories. Or maybe he makes her a vampire. Ooh, okay, stop. Let's just check it out. The full length watch alongs are on the Patreon. Patreon is weeks ahead. Check out the Patreon for the full length episodes, the reactions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, notification bell, get you the video. Thank you. With that, let's go ahead and watch. Episode 4, The Ruthless Pursuit of Blood with All a Child's Demanding. And if I'm going to guess, I'm guessing that Louis says that to Lestat.
This is a book. All right, look, I got to call you back. I'll call you back.
Rashid is like...
I hope you've passed a comfortable night.
I never pass a comfortable night.
You were scheduled to have your levodopa transfusion this week.
Been tapping my phone?
Mr. de Pointdulac has arranged a physician to administer it here tomorrow.
So you don't have to leave.
Where's Louis?
Mr. de Pointdulac will be resting today. Would you follow me to the reading room?
Rashid definitely wins sassiest character on the show. It's all but saying, like, I hate that you're here.
The interior designer hired was a sentimentalist. Some notion of hers he was missing the natural world. You are getting access to very precious items from the archives. An alternative perspective on the years of your interest. Please, wear these when handling the materials.
Alternative perspective.
We suggest you begin on the left.
On the left. Alternative perspective. I kind of want to know more about Rashid. I think there's so much there. Rashid has a lot more to say, for sure. Diaries? I'm going to go through the diaries. Claudia? Claudia's diaries.
Auntie told me to stay put and keep away from the door. I tried to be good and stay right where I was.
Why did I think she was
That's when
older?
the Black Angel came.
The Black Angel.
He was beautiful and strong and fast. The Black Angel took me to a fine house with gold ceilings like the ones in the picture houses.
She's a young girl. I thought she was like a...
Nothing.
And I remember thinking, why would an angel cry in heaven?
More human entanglement.
And then I saw the White Angel.
Please! I don't know where to bite. Her body's all charred.
You know you can do
To
this.
transform her.
And she'll be what? A lapdog.
Not a dog.
Alive.
You were ready to abandon our home. Now you want a third.
She's scorched.
Please.
So that is what happened here. That is so wild. Thinking like, oh, you're looking for someone. It's like, he just wants to save her.
He bit me, right in the neck. And I thought, what a strange thing for an angel to do.
Imagine how disorienting that would be in that state. At least Louis was ready for it, or at least, you know. Ugh. Now she has to... This is gonna change the game. He's right. This is gonna change the game.
And I realized what I thought was heaven was just some nice room. And what I thought were angels were really hell demons.
Her eyes.
I decided to make the best of it. You got some of your own I can have?
She's totally looking for more. Yeah.
We can hear people's thoughts.
What?
We.
Prove it. What am I thinking now?
Well, I can't. I'm your maker.
So you can hear me, but he can't. That make him the dumb one?
What's funny?
Wow, this dynamic.
You're a vampire.
I can see where this is going.
How'd you do that?
Well, you'll do it too, in time. But not if we're going to have family secrets.
Family. They have a daughter
We're a
now,
family.
Yeah.
more or less.
So what's that for?
That's where we burn bodies.
Oh God.
Why do we burn bodies?
Well, there's no
I'm
alternative.
not sure how I feel about that pleated skirt.
It's chiffon. It has movement.
They're already trying to.
Looks like she takes after me.
Tremendous. Fortifying myself for an evening of swan hunting.
Claudia! Claudia! Claudia!
What is she?
Claudia! Hey, no, get back here, Missy.
Yo, what is an officer? What? Who's this? It's a guard.
Where are your parents at this hour? I ask you a question, young lady. I said, where are your parents?
Yo, she's tall.
Claudia!
It's too
No!
late.
Don't! Not a cop! You're not a girl! You're the devil! You have to stop while they're alive.
Who was it that she takes after?
Right.
You ain't a girl. You a devil.
Sleep is what she needs.
Sedation is what she needs.
She'll settle.
Claudia!
Claudia!
Lista did not want any of this.
Me and Uncle Les have a nickname for it. Kill Juice.
Claudia!
Kill juice.
Y'all get tired, but I do.
Why did she talk to the book?
Sun comes up, we go down. That's
Is there a
never
third
gonna
coffin?
change.
There's a third coffin, is there?
Why do you talk
She's
to the
staying in
book?
his?
The book is my friend.
The book is her friend. The book is a book. Good night.
Night.
She has to stay with someone because she's just gonna wake up and go.
When I'm tired, I'm not so kind. C'est toi qui lui offres fait ça.
C'est une fille curieuse.
They speak in French. They gon' fight now.
Rencontrer un adolescent.
She's writing everything down.
Tu as oublié ta jeunesse. Putain de merde! Bonne nuit!
Bonne nuit.
Bonne nuit.
Assistance. Oh, they got her one.
Good evening, sirs.
Didn't even notice.
Lost in the family?
Heart condition. Yeah, she gonna pass real soon.
She gonna pass real soon.
I could take her measurements so as not to distress her any further than she already is.
She looked distressed here.
Something ain't right here.
This whole thing isn't right.
I love it, Daddy Lou. Can I get this one, please? Me, my pen, my brain, my heart, and the blood of the streetcar conductor I drained after he got off work. Thank you, streetcar driver. I hope they got more of you at your company to fill in for you.
What's that? Oh, they're trying to do hanky panky.
I missed you.
I missed you.
You miss me.
He's like, here we go. She can hear Louis, no?
How does it work? Love between two men.
Well, first there is a man, and then
Is that what he's up to when he goes out alone?
Nah, he's
feeding.
sometimes his kills get, what's the word?
Dramatic, violent.
Extravagant. And I don't like seeing it. Some killing has a consequence. Fire in your house was a consequence.
Mm.
I used to get a little caught up in human affairs.
Then what?
Then you,
Focused on her now. Someone to like care about, but he can also be honest with without hiding stuff. Being so apart. It's an interesting dynamic. I didn't know the show would go here. I had no idea what was going to happen. I didn't even know she was going to be like a young girl. Number one.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
I thought Louis was your god. How does Muhammad feel about vampires?
Oh God. Some of the rooms in this place are so minimalist. Even though there's some dramatic pieces going on. Household help. How to cook by Oh, he's his notes. What is his end game? I want to know that too. What is his end game? Birds and the bees? Birds and flowers?
I have my own room now, which is good because Daddy Lou can be smothering just as Uncle Les can get crotchety.
That's so cool. My birthday is
Still,
full
you
of
wouldn't believe how
dead.
time flies when there's people to eat and money to spend.
Happy birthday.
Daddy and Uncle have problems, plenty of them, but they figure them out quick most times. And when they can't, I can always get in between and make it right.
Because this was helpful for them, for their relationship.
We fight. We eat. We laugh. We sleep. We love.
Nosferatu, something like that?
And all the easy times stopped.
Oh.
Hello?
It's his family. Oh God, his mom, Florence.
Hadn't even known Daddy Lou was Catholic. I didn't know he had a mama till he lost her.
Mama.
Who are you here with, honey?
My dad and uncle. Who are you?
It's your Aunt Grace and her husband Levy.
It's like, what creature is this? Your uncle.
You have a kid. Girl's an orphan. Did right by it.
You think you and her uncle are the right people to adopt an orphan? Maybe don't bring them to the funeral tomorrow.
Your nieces and nephews' Christmas. Grace's 30th.
Watch yourself, Levy.
We need to talk about the house.
Oh.
Can pay you in installments.
You and your white dad are doing fine in the quarter. We can't pay you what it's worth, and you don't need the money.
You and your white daddy.
You forget what I did to that door, Grace?
Oh. Really?
You should measure yourself.
Yo.
I have the papers drawn up.
So sad to see how cold they are now with each other. When
Lou said I've been away from people too long.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to behave right anymore. But Uncle Les said I behaved just fine.
This is what the meat calls a lover's lane. No blood is sweeter.
Lovers Lane, people who
Young
are
people, swollen with passion. You've been too sheltered, my belladonna beauty. Yours? Mine. Young, strong, and likely to fight back.
yeah, and
You
two.
must be most ferocious.
There are two of them. Yo, is this a good? It's a good idea. Don't even know who's in here. Oh my God.
Jesus, man. What? You gonna stand there watching, little girl? Where's your mama?
Something right there. Something evil.
Oh, yes. She's with me.
He's so stylish too. He's like putting her down.
It's like something opened up in my head, in my body. I've been 18 for 7 months now, and it's time I started acting like it.
She was 18.
Happy hunting.
They actually look so cute together. These parents, and she's like, what, leaving the nest or whatever? I don't think she's ready by any means to be going off like this.
He's so handsome.
Adorable. Look who fell into her mama's closet.
Oh, now she's gonna hear people's. Oh Lord, here we go.
Playing dress up in the dark.
Here we go. The horse was spooked.
You all right?
Dude, she would have
You look a little sick there.
caused
Sorry about my
hell
horse,
here.
man.
Who's this?
I thought the flowers might bring me back a bit.
Well, I'm glad you're back.
Cute? What is he saying?
His name is Charlie. He's got veins like rivers.
Charlie.
They flow right down his arm.
Well, I
Oh wow,
had to make sure you wasn't faint again.
there's a wide smile.
I want to know what his laugh sounds like when it's all the way.
They know I can take care of myself.
He almost got trampled by a horse.
I want to know what his tongue tastes like.
Oh.
Look up. Look up. If he looks up, likes you. If he doesn't...
Oh, Lord. He has no idea what's going on. He didn't look up. Oh, he does. He looks up. And he left flowers.
No running, young lady.
I meant Victor was.
Young lady.
Well, hello there again, diary. I finally got a few secrets of my own.
Who's Charlie? He can hear everything.
Claudia, are you blocking me? This is your father speaking.
Telephone. It's like, who's Charlie? Yo, he fell in love with the vampire. Good luck.
No, I love it. I'm just trying to make it last.
Probably used to have ice cream anytime you want.
No, I promise.
Of course, hers the one that's strawberry, whatever, cherry, with blood looking.
You always do for a first date? Take girl out for some ice cream.
Whoa, Claudia, this isn't...
What? A boy sends flowers, asks a girl to go somewhere fun. I'm what?
Young?
I'm 19.
No way you older than me, Claudia.
Everyone in my family looks young for their age.
He's 18? Where are they? Stop. In the stable? Yeah, the horse is gonna freak out. Look at the horse. The horse is like the level of dark energy, I feel.
Claudia,
Heartbeat.
you don't even look like a girl.
Oh Lord. Oh my
You're
God.
an angel.
She's about to lose control. Claudia, that's too close to defend. She's gonna lose control. That's too close to the side of it. Yeah. Is she gonna turn him? She didn't know. She didn't know what she was doing.
Charlie?
She didn't know what she was doing. I thought she was trying to turn him. Oh, Claudia.
Charlie? And I bit him. And now he...
It's easy to get carried away when you're young and in love.
And look at his face.
Please save him. Turn him.
I can't.
He's
You
dead.
can. You did it to me.
He's dead.
He's dead. You didn't have to kill him. You killed him completely.
Let's start.
You drained him dry. Now go on. Clean up after yourself.
And he's gone. Wow, I thought Charlie would last a little bit longer.
This is why we never get close to mortals. Because sooner or later, they end up dead.
Vivid writer, isn't she? A singular style.
Anne Frank meets Stephen King.
Look at the way he stands. He's so different now.
Vampire Claudia.
Where is she?
So, it begs the question, where were all these diaries in 1973?
Claudia was everything. I loved her unconditionally. The chaos, the crisis of my former existence, silenced.
Quieted by her.
The simple joy of her hand in mine.
You had a daughter.
I had a daughter.
I've got two. The love is kind of...
And if you were to come across their diaries and learn in detail how and when you failed them, would you share those failures with a brash young reporter you met at Polynesian Mary's?
Good point.
Charlie's death ushered in one of the darkest eras in our lives.
Ooh.
Claudia was
a Band-Aid for a shitty marriage?
I was going to say
He knows about that.
something else.
I was going to say something else.
And what should I have done? Tucked him into the coffin with her. She was already broken-hearted, and you burned her first boyfriend. She's the one who killed him.
And if I told you, dumb diary, that same girl was being raised to kill like her demon parents did. How does she even get up in the morning?
Oh no!
Let me tell you something.
I was scared about
The
this.
first man I killed called me the devil. And the last boy I killed, the last boy I'll ever love in this world, called me an angel.
You're just gonna lie there.
That means I'm on the right path.
Claudia.
That means there's so much more fun out there to have.
What is she doing? Oh, her hand. Oh Lord. She's in an extremely destructive state, and she's trying to feel something. Oh Lord, what a twist of events. I had no idea the story was going to turn like this. I thought it was a whole other situation here. And then I sort of made I made a joke about her about maybe she's a vampire in disguise in secret or something, that I was just playing around, and then actually they made her into a vampire, and we get this story of sort of a coming of age story, but actually just a reintroduction of a vampire, but in a different sort of situation, a younger person who is a little bit sort of unbridled and a very like big contrast from Louis, because Louis, not only is Louis of course older and adult when he was turned, he was also somebody who had to deal with growing up in a community. Like he was the first son. He's handling the family business. He's dealing with being in the closet and having these feelings and hiding his true nature. All these different things. So he's someone who has learned how to exist in the society he lives in with and keep up a face and keep up appearances. No, he's very good at that. So he was a quick study in terms of being a vampire. For the audience, all we had was him at the time to see, and he seemed very messy. You know what I mean? He seemed like all over the place, but that's all the experience. That's the only experience we had as the audience. We didn't know how well. We didn't know how Lestat, how his first days were. But in comparison with Claudia, Louis he passed with flying colors in the orientation. She was a full-on roller coaster. Obviously, they're also not good at this. Lestat is not great at this. Louis is better, but I think maybe there's a part of it that where they don't want to smother her. They want to teach her, but they want to let her fly a little bit. But I think it was a mistake. You have to smother a child in this. She's so all over the place, and having a power like this, that's such a wild thing to do. I can't even imagine how you go about that. You need a whole community to raise a child as a vampire. You cannot raise someone who's younger with just two people. One of them who's a more recent vampire, one of them who's a total mess in Lestat who doesn't care. And it was very interesting to watch their parenting styles as well. Lestat is, as you expect, he's very kind of tough love. He's very direct. He's very, this is what it is, learn or die. This is the life you're going to live. There's no space for you to sort of think that you are still going to live your old life. You're not a human anymore. You have to learn, and if that means you have to break a few eggs in the process, then so be it. Because in Lestat's mind, a few eggs, human beings are a few eggs. Whereas Louis is like, no, that's not eggs, that's people with lives and families. So they're approaching it in a very, very different way. She does say, Claudia does say, that she enjoys Louis a bit more, she loves Daddy a bit more, she says, but Uncle Les is the one that lets her fly, and that's obviously what it is with good cop, bad cop parenting. One parent is nicer, one is more strict. Sometimes it's by design, and sometimes it's just it's just how it is. But yeah, that's that moment where Les took her out with in the lovers hill, whatever place. And I was like, yo, this is a terrible idea. You can't you go out hunting like this. I know they have to teach her hunting this is how she feeds, but I'm like, yo, there are two people in the car. She hasn't even, done one without, drama. So, he has to be with her in that point. But he's a parent that lets, a little bit of risk, a little bit of danger is important in learning what could happen. This will teach you how to not make a mistake the second time. But, parenting, being a parent and teaching they are different methods. But it does show you though how much their relationship thrived at the very beginning with her. They were more joyful. They were happier. You saw them laughing, watching the movie. She was like this link, as you said, a band-aid for a shitty marriage or whatever Malloy said. And it was true. They had such a great time at the beginning, even though it was sort of messy and chaotic. They found it brought them together because they had one common project to deal with. And this is true for real life. But as soon as things start getting darker with this situation, when you compare it, you're like, yeah, if this was a real life situation, it would be, a younger person having their first breakup or being broken up with. And it's such a hard time for them. And you know what I mean? And it's like, your family, parents all help you through it. And it seems like the end of the world. It's like, oh no, this is the worst thing that's ever happened before. And it's like, yeah, you'll get over it. You'll move on. Your first heartbreak and stuff. But for her first heartbreak is literally the person dies and she killed them. How do you even have that conversation? How do you even move on from that? Again, she could be vampire all she wants, Lestat, but she's still in the mind of this young person trying to deal with, taking away, her love. First person that she had an affection for, and now she killed them. That's a rude awakening into the world of a, whatever age, the teenager, the person. So of course she's now fundamentally changed by that trauma, and she's gonna have to, she needs help to get through it. And so this ending scene there, her writing, I love the way they told the story through the writing. That was so smart to have the diaries, all different types, and just going through the life of her, and very descriptive. Instead of Louis telling it, because again he would not have the POV to tell what happened to her in those moments where he wasn't there. So it had to be another way that they would show it, and they're really leaning into the narrative piece of this, where everything is still told, everything is still experienced, but from someone telling it, not just it just playing out on screen. And they do such a good job with that. Lestat took a little bit of backseat, here. I mean, he was there, but he was sort of the ensemble here as well. But again, they leave things open-ended with where are they? What are they doing? Where he said was about Claudia. She was. And Lestat, I have no idea as well. I mean, no one telling me, don't spoil it, but yeah, it's kind of all leading up to what happened. What is the end of this story? This is how all narrative stories like this are when they tell it in two places, and it's just I need to know where they are. But yeah, this moment here is going to fundamentally change things for them. And I almost feel there's some parts of it where I feel they're so messy and chaotic that I'm how have they not been caught? How have they? I mean, whoever catches them, they just kill them. But still, how hasn't this raised a bigger sort of manhunt? I would say, yeah, for them, posters on the wall, people saying, have you seen this person? Have you seen this figure? Because they're not that careful. Maybe Lestat is, because he's done it for a long time, but especially now, I'm there's no way. There's no way they don't get caught or get into a situation where somebody escapes and warns everybody else about what they saw. So that's what I'm expecting at some point. It has to happen. And then that leads into a bigger thing, changing society for sure. That there are vampires among us, killing people every day. So there has to be something there. I do want to see what happens with this family situation. I didn't expect it, and now I'm so I thought it would just be Les and Louis going on and having the shenanigans, but this was a good sort of thing to infuse an extra element to their relationship, and it really just made it so energetic than it has been, like on the last episode, even more, made them develop into parents, and then they're dealing with a child, they're teaching them how to be a vampire. It just changed up the story in a very, I think, in a very pleasant way. So I'm like, where do you go from here now? They're dealing with so many more. I thought she was going to change him. I thought she was going to change him, and we're just going to become this thing where she just starts changing people without telling them, and then they have to deal with that, because if they're changed, they're changed. We haven't yet seen a vampire death yet. So I was scared that was what was going to happen at the end here, but I think that's also going to be a huge moment. They're leaving that out. There are not that many on screen, but that would be huge if they had to somehow put somebody down because someone changed somebody that shouldn't have been, or something of that nature. A rogue vampire that they changed. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that would be a twist. Ooh. So many ways that this could go. Oh, thanks for watching. See you on the next episode.